Hey y'all, welcome to another edition of Xtina's Take. And warning, probably gonna be a long one because a lot has happened since the last time I vlogged. Like I say, maybe a long one, but sit back, enjoy the ride. That is me. Anyway, if you see my eyes darting around, it's because in addition to the world changing in 2 weeks, my household has changed. We welcomed a new addition, no babies here, but a little kitten, which he may make an appearance because he just kind of crawled on me a little bit. But if y'all want to check that out on my daughter's channel, go ahead. Life of Aaliyah. It details how we came and got the cat or whatever. But anyway, so if you see my eyes darting around or something dart past, it's him. Anyway, that's my big change. Other than that, things have been the same. Still semi quarantining, trying to gradually get back into it. Definitely going to be trying to get back out in the workforce soon. Although I've enjoyed it, I have to say, and I'm the type I like to work. Like I have my mind. Idle mind is the devil's playground, as my grandma used to say, and I find that to be so true. So I need to keep busy. I need to have some kind of structure. But this time spent with my daughter, most days I want to with her, but I do enjoy the time, and we've been blessed enough that we've been able to make it. We had savings, and my husband's still working, so um okay, he's scratching me anyway, or playing with me anyway. So of course I'm going to get on to other things, but I mean, we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter as the last two videos. It's just too important not to talk about, and a lot has happened since then, and I'm just trying to go through it all in my mind. um since the last time I vlogged, our wonderful president, if you want to call him that. I almost choked on that word in reference to him because I don't call him president. He's 45 to me. I refuse to acknowledge him as the highest chief in the land. I don't give a damn how y'all feel about it. Yeah, he is that. That is the reality. But I don't have to acknowledge. He's 45. Had tear gas and forcefully removed peaceful protesters. So he could look like a big badass and go across the street and show everybody he can walk outside his own home after being called bunker boy. The narcissism of this man. Not only is he a racist, misogynist, narcissist, greedy, opportunist, heinous, abusive man, was more worried about somebody calling him bunker boy, because that was the reported reason why he made that whole thing a thing, because he's the one that darkened the or had the White House darkened the night before because they were burning shit. And so he decides to run roughshod over, or law and order over, peaceful protesters so he could look big and bad and prove. You ain't fooling nobody, boy. You ain't fooling nobody. We know you were scared. You still scared. Or you wouldn't have had to have that amount of force. You wouldn't have to have those amount of military out there if you weren't scared. So that happened. Then Cuomo signed into law. Oh no, the officers were actually charged. They had their hearings. I'm so happy that he got second degree, and I'm gonna say this why, because I know what he did was first degree murder. We know that. It's evident. Okay. Now, what you see and what you can prove in a court of law are two different things. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I was on the debate team in middle school and I think high school, and what you can prove and what actually happened are two different things. And second degree, they went with that from my understanding, and it was second degree non-intentional. And I know that throws people off when they say non-intentional, like he did intend it. Yeah, we know he intended to kill that man, but non-intentional means that because he committed a felony act, which was the restraint, the knee on the neck, and it resulted in death. That's easier to get a conviction on than if they went for first degree murder. That was my point. It's just easier to get a conviction that way. They have more an uphill battle to do a first degree charge than they do this one. So Is it right? No, but legally that's what they're trying to prove. So, I don't understand why they got bail. That pisses me off. None of them should have got bail, or their bail should have been so astronomically high that they couldn't afford to get out. They don't need to be walking these streets. They don't need to taste freedom after they don't took somebody's life all complicitly. But Breonna's law was passed, and Breonna Taylor, the no knock way to serve a warrant, has been banned. So we're seeing change. We are seeing change. It's going to be slow. And I think that's what people have to understand. The change that's needed, because this is so ingrained and so systematically a part of our society, that is not going to happen overnight. But these little changes, I know people are crying that it's not enough and that it's not, it doesn't take away from what's being done. And I get that. I do. It's not, but it's a start. It's a start. The civil rights movement wasn't won in one day. We're still fighting 50, 60 years later, you know? So it's still, it's a start though. At least they're trying. It may be trying just to appease us and to get us to get off their back some, but it's still a start. Cuomo, love him. I gotta just say, out of all this, and I know this is so stupid, and I know I'm about to, I have really, really gained so much. I mean, I knew who Chris Cuomo was. I remember him on Dateline. I remember, I've just peripherally, what I call peripherally, knew who he was. Like, I could talk about him a little bit, but like I have never really followed his show on CNN until maybe the COVID thing happened. Like that's when I started kind of watching it a little bit more regular, and then I loved his banter with his brother, and now I'm watching because of this. Like I have so much respect for him, for Don Lemon, and like CNN period. And I was never really a CNN watcher, but I am now. Not as much as I have been in the last week of a couple of days, because I'm just tired. The first week or two I was all in, everything was this, and I was feeling it. And now it's just like, okay, I still watch it, but not an all day thing like I was. It was like, okay, my soul, I'm just tired. But doesn't mean I'm still not in it. I will say this too, it's changed me in ways. Now, have I gone out and protested? I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't, only because this thing is still going around. And I can't afford to get sick, period. I have, pre-existing conditions. But I did register to vote. I have voted in the past, not much, because like I said, I was just one of those disillusioned people that was just like, my vote don't matter. And, you know, and part of it was intimidation, because I didn't know exactly how the government works. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to say that. I mean, I knew very loosely how it did, but not enough where I felt educated enough to make it. And then you get so wrapped up in life, and I'm just like, well, what does it matter if I vote or not? And I did vote in both of Obama's presidential campaigns, and once I moved here, I got lax, and I just didn't, um I ain't gonna say see the need. It wasn't a thought, but I did do that. I said I got to do it. I can't just sit here and complain and go Black Lives Matter and all this, and I'm not part of it. I may not be out there protesting, but I can do it in other ways, which is definitely getting out there to vote. And I'm not just talking about the presidential election. I'm also, starting to educate myself on how city works, how judicial works, executive, all that, and so and how state legislation works. Ooh, that's a conundrum of a word, isn't it? Anyway, y'all get my point. So just educate yourselves. It doesn't take much. And hell, with this quarantine thing still going on, I ain't even gonna say we in quarantine no more, because everything's pretty much starting to reopen. But with this going on, and some of us are still trying to get back into groove with things, we have time on our hands now, which is, part of the reason I think all this happened in the way that it did, because we finally sat down and had time on our hands, and it got to stare us back in our face, the what's going on right now. So but anyway, I went off on a long rant. I was talking about the Cuomo brothers, but I really, really do respect them. Like I said, seeing all of that. So thank you, Andrew Cuomo. I really wish he would run for president. And I know a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people say, well, I mean, yeah, he's saying all the right things now, and he's trying to make it look good, but his police are still corrupt as hell. First of all, he doesn't have control over the police. And I think that's where people get it mixed up. He can't do anything, but he's just a governor. He can't do anything with the police except for, I I guess get with the police commissioner, maybe that. But in terms of the disciplinary stuff, that's up to the police chief and other to do. I don't think it's up to the now. If I'm wrong, please correct me because, like I said, I'm still educating myself on this. So if I'm wrong, speak up. I have no problem being told that I'm wrong. And he's starting to make change in the laws in the way that it matters. And he signed into a no chokehold in New York. He made it a hate crime to call 911 if it's racially based. So all these fucking Karens out here who think they can. And here's another thing I wanted to say while I'm on that and the Karens and the white privilege thing. Okay, I had touched on that a couple times before, and it infuriates me when people say I don't know what that is. It's no such thing. Yes, the fuck it is, and yes, y'all know what the fuck it is. I can no longer take that y'all don't know what it is. Y'all know exactly what it is, because if you didn't know what it was, that little bitch Amy Cooper wouldn't have fucking used it. She knew enough of white privilege to use it. Because that's basically what she did. She knew as a white woman, if she called the police on a black man and said that he threatened her, that she was putting his life in danger. She knew that, and she used that as a threat against him. So she knew very well what white privilege was. So y'all motherfuckers out there can't tell me you don't know what it is. You refuse to know what it is. You refuse to see, because at this point with all this going on, and we into what, week 2, week 3 of this, and everybody and their mama is coming out to say they support us and they recognize us and all this stuff, which we're going to get on that in a minute, because right now that's the trendy thing to do. I think in the beginning some of it was sincere, and I'm not saying not all of it's sincere, but right now it's very trendy to be pro Black Lives Matter because y'all scared to be anything else. And in a way, that's a good thing. It may not be sincere. I ain't looking for sincerity right now. I'm looking for change. And there's a difference. If this is what it takes to get change, then that's fine. I don't need to know that if you're sincere or not. You know. But anyway, so yeah, don't tell me y'all don't know what that means. That's what I say. I'm not even on my posts and things like that. In my groups and stuff, I'm not even about to explain it to nobody no more, because y'all know full well what the fuck it is. But anyway, so that to me was the major thing, even more so than the no chokeholds, was the 911, because now all y'all motherfucking Karens and Tommies and Chads and whatever snowflakes is all coming out harassing us for no damn reason. Whatever. But y'all got the right one with me, honey. Because I already know what I'm about to do, honey. I'll put this camera on you in a minute. Because right now, y'all losing y'all jobs. Right now ain't the time to be doing that. Right now is not so safe. Now, I ain't going to say in the future, I pray that it never becomes okay again. But, you know. But for right now, in this moment, people losing their jobs now. So I suggest y'all stop with the Karening and all the other shit and mind your fucking business, because I have as much right to do the same exact things that you do. I have much right to be on this land in your neighborhood, in my neighborhood, whoever neighborhood, as much. I wish y'all would, because I whip this damn phone out so damn quick and it put you on blast so quick. Anyway, so that was the no choke thing, the 911, and I have an outside force, not the district attorney but the general attorney, to come in and with investigations, which is great. So thank you, and I hope other governors, where y'all at, pull up. Where y'all at? New York ain't, I know they have their issues, but at least it's a start. So all the funerals took place for George Floyd. I haven't watched all of them in their entirety. Because I just have a thing with funerals. Ever since my mom died, it just messes with me. So I can only take so much. Like, I didn't even watch Kobe's funeral in its entirety. I didn't watch Nipsey's funeral in its entirety. It's like I just, get what I need from it and whatever. But it was beautiful. And I know some people were like, why does he need so many funerals? He deserved it. And he went on this earth in the most humane, humiliating, torturous ways, in front of the world, for the world to see. Yeah, he deserved all that. He deserved every bit of it. If he wanted to have 5, 6, 7, 8 funerals, he deserved all of it. And we have their attention right now. So why not? shoot, what else has happened since then? 45 decides he wants to do his campaign. I think it's changed, but initially I think they said his campaign was going to be on Juneteenth in Tulsa. If that ain't the biggest racist fuck you I ever heard, I don't know what is. Because that's basically what it was. It was a big fuck you to all of us. Talking about was an important day for him. Motherfucker, he probably didn't even know what the hell Juneteenth was till the night before he made that damn. He had his press secretary come out and say that shit. He know damn well he knew what the hell that was. Somebody had to tell him. Ben Carson probably. If Ben Carson even know what it is. Whatever. I wanted him to do it in a way. I really did. In a way I did. Because I wanted every protester to show up right there. But then I'm like, nope. Because then all his core base, who he is campaigning to, are extremely racist as fuck. And they getting real bold about it now. They feeling real comfortable right now. And so had we did show up, it would have been a mess. Especially on that day at that place. But I heard he changed it. I haven't watched CNN lately, but I heard he changed it. I pray he did, because it wasn't going to be nothing nice. Nothing nice. And that was race baiting, by the way. Whatever. Let's see. Rayshard. Oh, God. I just see. Brooks, that's what's his name. I pray that's what his name. I know his first name is Rayshard, the guy who got killed. I don't understand. I don't understand. Why God? We've been protesting for 2 weeks now over a police brutality death. 2 weeks. We done burnt shit down. We done got laws passed. You know the world is watching you right now. You know that we are hypersensitive right now. Why would the police continue to keep doing this? You know you're going to lose your job. Now, you may not be brought up on charges, but especially now, you're going to lose your damn job. Why? Have y'all learned nothing? Or is this just a big fuck you? We just going to do whatever we want to do anyway because we the po-pos. But y'all stupid asses is not fucking realizing we're watching. Super sensitive. It's no longer a day where you can do this stuff and then not get a consequence for it. Why? And at first I was torn about it because I seen the first video where he's resisting. And let me say it like this. I am not one of those people who believe that if you resist, you deserve to die. Not that. But as I'm watching this, I'm begging on the inside, like my spirit is screaming, don't resist, don't resist, don't resist, don't resist. Not because he deserved to die for resisting, because that just gave them reason to kill him. That's why my spirit was screaming. I almost yelled it out. Stop resisting. But then again, you think, well, hell, George Floyd didn't resist. Philando Castile didn't resist. And they both dead. So resisting really doesn't matter at this point, does it? And then I see video after video on my timeline of all these white people who basically I think it was a woman or man who was swinging axes at the police. And they let him do it for a while and they still didn't take him down. And that's what we're talking about. It's that inequality. Not that we want to do it. That's the thing. Y'all think that we want to. We don't want to do it. But when that fight or flight kick in, when you know damn well if you don't, whether you resist or you comply or not, that you still not make it out alive, then your fight or flight kicks in. It's survival instinct. We all have it. What we want is not that we want to be able to hurt y'all or swing axes at y'all or resist arrest. That's not what we want. But we want to know that we can make it out of this whole alive. The whole interaction alive. That's what we want. Or the same force that you use on us when you think that we're resisting is the same force you need to use on the motherfuckers who's throwing axes at y'all. or swinging axes at y'all or punching y'all. Use the same force on them. Make it equal. Or use the same restraint that you use with them to make it equal. I just seen a video. I don't know who posted it. I don't know if Sean King, somebody, but I just seen a video where a white man was naked chasing after the damn police after he don't kill 2 women and a child, and he's choked somebody else out. And he assaulted multiple people. He's assaulting the police. And yet not a scratch on him. That's the equality that we want. Not that we want to go out and be able to do these things and get away with it. And y'all are trained to shoot without a fatality. He was running away. He wasn't even pointing the taser. He was running away. You could have shot him in his leg. He still would have made it out alive. But you shoot to kill. And you wonder why we burn shit down. At this point, like Ricky Smiley said it best, at this point, am I out there protesting? I already told y'all no. So y'all know I ain't about to be burning and looting nothing down. So I would not participate. But at this point, I don't give a fuck if we burn it down or not. I don't care. Wendy's burnt down, don't give a fuck. Because the interaction didn't have to end like that. And there was another video where it showed he was completely compliant with the police in the beginning. Had casual conversation with them and everything. He even told them, I can walk to my sister's house. You can let him go walk to his sister. He wasn't a threat to anybody. That's the part that hurt me the most, when I heard him say he could walk to his sister's house and y'all didn't let him go. So now I guess it's popular in a certain extent to be black. Everybody's standing up and standing behind us, the NFL, which fuck y'all on that. Y'all can kiss my whole entire big black asshole on that one. Give Cap his job back. If y'all that damn sorry. Y'all ain't sorry. And y'all was one of the later ones to come out and say anything. NASCAR. Now, I don't know. NASCAR is huge, y'all. I know people are like, well, it's just a flag. But and who NASCAR appeals to are those rednecks who fly those flags, for the most part. That's their audience. And NASCAR is huge. Especially down here in the South, honey. NASCAR is huge. So it's trendy to support us right now, and everybody and their mama coming out and saying stuff and supporting Black lives. And like I said, I highly doubt 50% of it's sincere. Is right now it's trending, and basically if you're not behind us, we're looking at you sideways. All right, so but at least it's something. It's an acknowledgement. So What else? I need somebody to send me a list on who to boycott. Seriously, because it's so much now. It's like I can't keep track. I can't keep track because our dollars mean something. Why do you think they appropriate from us so much? And I can't remember who said it. They love if people love Black lives as much as they love Black culture, they know they can profit from us. We're the ones that generally buy. Now it may not be huge amounts, mass expensive luxury stuff, but we're the mass buyers. We're the ones that spend our money. We're the ones that's stunting on everybody, because that's the mentality, especially in the hood. That's the mentality you grow up with. You stunt on folks. You know what I'm saying? So with that mentality, we go out and we buy. That's why they want our money so much. Definitely support Black-owned business. I need to get better with that. I'm not even sure what's a Black-owned business where I live. So this is starting some change in me. You know what I'm saying? I've always believed in civil rights, obviously. I've always been more... I don't want to say militant, but just I kind of grew up in that way. My mother was almost militant in that way. So, she kind of passed it on to me. But me's just opening my eyes and starting to realize like how much and how deep this goes and how little I've actually been doing, because this thing called life can get a little rough, especially when you live in paycheck to paycheck and you just trying to keep your head afloat. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's what all this is, to affect this change. Now, it may not happen in my lifetime or by the time I reach retirement, but I'll leave a better place for my daughter. And she doesn't have to grow up prayerfully in that disparity. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is supposed to be, trying to change that. So keep marching. Again, I don't give a damn if y'all tear shit up at this point. And I hate to say, I know y'all gonna come at me. What about the property? What about this? I don't care. I get it. Like I said, I ain't out there doing it, but I get it. And I really sincerely don't give a shit. I really, from the bottom of my soul, don't. Hangings. That's another thing that's happening now. 3 bodies have been found by hanging. Y'all getting real fucking bold. And nobody wants to investigate it. Two of them was ruled suicide. Other one, the woman was stabbed. So they had to rule that a homicide, but they haven't really been investigating them. So y'all getting real fucking bold now. Y'all really trying to go back to Ku Klux Klan, huh? Where we used to lynch and really hang us from trees, or slavery, where they used to hang us from trees, right? Because I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm not saying that we don't kill ourselves as a culture. Suicide can happen to anybody. I've been close to it myself. Not now, but in my past. Very close. And that's a scary thing, because you put on this front and nobody ever know. Some of my close people who were closest to me didn't know that that's how I was feeling, because I put that smile on. So you never really know what somebody's going through. Only thing that stopped me is my fear of death and my fear of God, because I knew that was the one thing He wouldn't forgive. That's the only thing. And I remember my brother used to tell me, when I was telling him I was struggling and with the suicide thing. I was telling him that I don't believe in it. I'm too scared to do it because of my faith, and because I know that was the one thing that God wouldn't forgive it. And he said all it'll take is a bottle to change that. You get drunk enough. So I know. So I'm not saying we don't do it. But I've never, in my 40 some years of life, I've never heard of, and I read a lot. I try to keep my posts, my little posts on everything, of any black person committing suicide in that way. Not on a tree. Not on a tree. Too much historical context with that. Too much historical trauma with that. It's sad. It's sad. But at the same time, I'm thankful for it, because you starting to see people true colors. I'm not gonna say I've unfollowed. I'm not gonna say I unfriend people, but I've seen a lot of people on Facebook. And my thing is, and I will say this again: if you're silent, you're complicit. And if you haven't said nothing in no kind of way, you're complicit. You're part of the problem. Period. Period. If you're not with me, you're against me, and that's how I'm looking at everybody right now. So, especially people of another color, and some of my own too, but definitely people of another color. And so I've had to unfollow a few people. Disappointing too, but I don't. It's social media. I can give a fuck, whatever. So it ain't that deep for me. But anyway, so the reason why I unfollow them is because, from my understanding, I'm like I said, I'm not social media savvy, really not. Um, or I'm still learning as I go in my old age. But so what I did is I unfollowed them, because from my understanding, if I unfollow somebody, I won't see their stuff on my timeline, but they can still see my stuff. And of course, I'm posting every Black Lives Matter, Afrocentric, Black Power, Black Panther Power to the people stuff I can possibly find. Number one reason, because I believe in it. Number two reasons, to piss them off or open their eyes, and I'm sure I'm pissing them off, because at this point, If you're not seeing what's going on and you still can't understand our side of things at this point, it's because you refuse to and you don't want to. That's what it is. But hey, like I said, I'm thankful I get to see people's true colors. Some of these people I may not ever talk to again, and that's fine with me. And I know people say, well, you should open up the dialogue and have a conversation. And I've done all that. I'm tired. I'm not in the business of educating. Google. Turn on CNN. Get off Fox News and turn on CNN. Get educated. Let Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper educate you. Please. If you want to know. If you want to get out that mindset. But I ain't, because I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Because at this point, you refuse to see it. I'm not about to go. Now, if you have questions, like legit questions from a place of wanting to truly understand, I may. But if you're just asking questions to pick apart what I have to say, absolutely fucking not. Because the first time you do that, I'm shutting all conversation down. Because I ain't got it in me. I ain't got the patience no more. I can't. People ain't that stupid. People are not that stupid. They refuse to see it. It ain't because they stupid. Anyway. So, Trina been getting on my nerves lately, and I'm not going. And this is before she made them stupid ass fun comments, and now everybody want to backtrack and apologize for her. But she been getting on my nerves anyway, because I know in Miami she hot shit, and I'm not taking away from what the girl has accomplished. But when the last time we heard anything from Trina worthwhile and that was relevant? Like, see, when? Besides Love and Hip Hop, if you was that big of a badass bitch, Trina, you wouldn't be on Love and Hip Hop, honey. Period. Cardi ain't on Love and Hip Hop no more. She started there, but she wasn't an established artist. She started there, and then when she realized and used it for what it was, she got the fuck on, and now she's Cardi B. But you was already established, and then you came back so you can get some relevancy and some shine. But everybody need to bow down to Trina. Everybody gotta respect Trina. Everybody, like, I get the respect thing, but it's this whole everybody gotta bow down to you thing. I don't understand it, because I could see if you was still making it. Where you been? Besides on Love and Hip Hop. So that was already on my nerves. Then she talking about people, kids, and she just has this. She just irritates me. She's like a little fucking chihuahua. And so now with these comments she made, calling the protesters animals, I could see why. Like, bitch. Now you want to backtrack. I'm talking about the writers. I love my city. I love my bitch. Whatever. I wasn't a fan no way. So I can't say cancel her, because I wasn't with her no way. But oh Lord. I heard Kaya read her for filth though. You know, I don't feel no way or other about Kaya. I honestly don't really think about her, but I just seriously, like, I don't understand her reads. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, she's the best reader, and I'm like, I don't understand. It's just too much. The gag or the like, I don't get it. Like, it's too much. Like, to me, a really, really good read has a lot of shade in it and some truth. You know what I'm saying? To me, Kaya just read like she just saying a whole bunch of filthy shit, and, you know, like, I don't know. I just understand her reads. I need Phaedra to read Katrina or somebody. I need somebody who can read. Nene or somebody. Read. Anyway, it's entertaining, I guess. But hell, by the second time she starts slamming that gavel down, I'm over it. I'm like, shit, girl, bitch, that's too much noise. My ear's old. I can't take it. Anyway, the video getting long, and I'm sure y'all tired of hearing me talk, but I wanted to touch base with y'all. I've had a lot going on in this mind, as you can see. We will get back to the regular stuff, but like I said, this is just too important. Probably my next one. I know I keep promising my next one, but y'all, I asked y'all to comment and send me some stuff, scripted stuff, because I'm tired of reality at this point, and right now, the way the quarantine going, to production shutdown here, we ain't gonna have a reality show soon any damn way. So I had asked last time, give me some scripted, not last time, but a couple of video ago, some scripted ideas for scripted stuff. Now, I'm really not that much into streaming. Like I said, I'm so behind the times. I'm just not into streaming services that much. I don't, But now I'm getting it because I don't have Netflix yet. Look, I'm on a budget. I can't afford like $50 million worth of streams. Okay, so that's why I've been kind of selecting and choosy about what I pick to stream. Right now, I have WWE, but that's only because I want to finish this documentary, which is taking forever. Because once Undertaker's documentary over, I'm done with WWE. So if I don't got my feel of the streams, I don't watch every old match that brought back good memories for me. So I'm done. But anyway, um, but I did hit my boredom the other day. Find was it UMC, the urban movie channel? Like that's kind of hot. Like I'm kind of feeling it. I got all up into a house divided and double cross. So we'll talk about that. So finally I found something, y'all, because y'all ain't come through for me. Anyway. So we will be talking about that and love and hip hop. Not loving hip hop. I'm sorry, growing up hip hop. Cause it's still on, y'all. I thought the season had ended for some reason, but hell, we still got one more episode to go. So we'll touch base on that and some other stuff. But like I said, it's just been too much going on with this that I just had to catch up on and give my take. And but like I said, or like I always say, drop your comments, your opinions, subscribe of course, and like, and let's talk.